Welcome to another episode of the Javier and Mo Show. I'm here with Javier Mendez, the coach of DC, Habib, Islam, Umar, Usman. It's a pleasure to always sit with you, coach. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Tired, but I'm good. Let's go.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Before we start with the news of Umar and Islam fighting soon,
Right.
I want to talk to you about something I can't get off my mind. Raja Jackson, the Rampage Jackson son.
Oh, yeah.
How do you say his name? Is it like a Spanish name? Is it like Raja?
Raja?
Yeah?
No, I don't think that's a Spanish name. Raja? No, I think...
It's not like Raja or something?
No. I mean, I'm sure in Spanish it's probably Raja, but...
What, does it have a meaning?
I don't know. I think it's an Indian name, no? Or
I have no idea.
We have to ask Quentin. I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea. You know?
Have you seen the clip?
I've seen the clip. I've seen many different versions of it. And tell me your opinion, and I'll tell you my opinion. Give me your full account details.
Okay, so let's start the story for those who don't know. Raja Jackson, I think he was invited to like an amateur wrestling thing.
Right.
And then the wrestler, his name is Psycho something. He had this prop in his hand, like a beer can, and he smacked it on Raja's head. It all seemed like part of the play, part of the pro wrestling, you know what I mean? Like how they do all these props and all these games and all this madness. And then when he went to the ring with him, he took him down, he punched him, he knocked him out, and he kept punching him while he was unconscious. Like really heavy punches. And the guy ended up being in the hospital. So many people are saying this is out of line. This considered attempted murder. And regardless of what people say, what happened is disgusting.
Well, there's different ways of viewing it, and the end result is it was extreme punishment for any way you look at it. But I saw many different versions of it on video, and on the one version I saw was that he comes in to where the wrestlers are hanging out, and this wrestler that got hit, by him, basically was talking to him at first. They were just kind of like chit-chatting, and next thing you know, he grabs a prop and he smashes him on the head. Well, it's like he wasn't part of that. He was not part of that at all. So for his mind, he just got suffered going through a concussion, mind you. He had a concussion. So already your brain scrambled from the concussion that clearly shows him being KO'd, concussed in a sparring session. He got kicked in the neck. So he's already not thinking clearly. So he gets hit in the head again. So obviously that's brewing on his head. And then supposedly while hours later, while the prop was going on, someone told him that, go and get your revenge. Like, to what extent revenge, I don't know. But when he went in there, he picked him up. And obviously, look, the guy was huge. So the guy obviously thought it was a prop going with the skit, right? Because he allowed himself to be picked up in the air, slammed down. But when he got picked up and got slammed down, that's when he started raining punch after punch after punch after punch, which that's the part that's the real bad part, is that should have never happened. No one should ever have to go through that because you weren't prepared for it. And when you're not prepared for that kind of punishment, there can be some severe consequences. What's going to happen as a result of that? I kind of thought that whether the wrestler presses charges, it doesn't matter at times, because the district attorney that sees it, that's from that particular area, might want to create a message and come after him for reckless endangerment, because it really is. Because in when you call a fight, right, it's a mutual fight. You and I are going to fight. As soon as the combatant is finished, where there's no more, you're no more a threat to me, it's over. I don't continue to hit you. So what he continued
Wait, are you talking about like street fight rules?
And the street fight rules, if people are going to fight in the street, they get angry at each other. Once you subdued your opponent, that's it. That's over. It's done.
Okay, but in this case, because there is a quote-unquote referee, Isn't it the referee's job to get him?
Right, and this is the complications of what goes on here. But what I'm saying, in the court of law, once, since his attitude wasn't playing the wrestling bit, he wasn't being the wrestling bit, they can look at it from the point that you just started being a defenseless man. So they may look at it that way, but
No, I understand, but I'm just now, you open my mind to something else. Like every fight, like we see MMA fights where the fighter is knocked out and then he would get another 2-3 punches. Could that fighter who was knocked out sue the other fighter?
Yes.
How?
Well,
they
if
should
you're
sue the organization.
See, this is what I'm trying to get at. In a real fight, in a like competition fight, that's going to be hard because that's the ref's responsibility to protect you.
Yes.
And that's the sticking point here too, because it was the referee's responsibility to protect the wrestlers too. So
was this even sanctioned? I mean, we don't know.
No, I don't think this sanctioned.
It's like an amateur wrestling.
It's an entertainment, so there's no sanction in entertainment. I don't think, not that I know of. But in a real fight, if this was a real situation.
Wait, when you say real fight, I always get confused.
I'm talking about real street fight. Real street fight.
Yeah.
If this was a real street fight, you're going to jail.
Yeah, of course. 100%, I get that.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think in a sanctioned fight. It's not on you, right? It's on the ref.
It's on the ref. It's on the ref. It's his responsibility to pull you off. And if they're grabbing the pulling and you still keep coming, now it's on you. See, it's not on the ref entirely if he's trying and you're not abiding by the ref's rules. Yeah. But if you're punching and punching, no one's trying to stop you, it's on you. It's on the ref. I'm sorry. But if someone's trying to pull you off, like what's going on here, no, it's on the person that's continuing to try to do damage. And he did continue to try to do damage even after they were pulling him away. They all had to pull him away. So he had some anger issue going on. It was probably brewing from what happened, because what happened to him was not right. What happened to him was not right. The wrestler, in my opinion, from what I saw, it looks like the cameras were rolling. He took an opportunity to get camera time. So who knows what he was thinking? Maybe, well, this is Rampage's son. Let me get some play here and blah, blah, blah. Let's get it going like that. It could be possibly one of those scenarios too. You could look at it that way also. There's a lot of ways this thing can be chopped up. It's not going to be, for me, it's plain black and white. The only thing that's black and white is his excessive force after the opponent was subdued. Excessive.
But you don't think the whole prop and the can thing smacked to his head was part of the play? Like, what was he doing?
It wasn't part of his play. He was just there to hang out.
So he wasn't like an invited to be part of the show?
No, I don't think he was to be part of the show. I think he was just invited. I think that otherwise, why would they say it's just a prop? It's a prop. You know, it's a work. It's work. You know. He didn't know. He didn't know.
But if he didn't know, what was he doing in the ring?
They invited him, not in the ring, before the ring.
So I'm saying before, but that's the whole pro wrestling thing. It starts before.
But they were outside hanging out. It wasn't like the competition, la la la. He just came to hang out.
No, I know. But when you watch, like, I'm not a WWE fan, but when you watch WWE, I think they have like behind the scenes when they're outside in the parking and something happens, and then it ends up in the ring.
Yeah, but nobody told him. Nobody told him. He's not a wrestler. That's not his gig. That's not what he does.
But he was invited.
Yeah, so what?
So he knows the game.
And look, I'm a coach. I'm this, I'm that. Someone invites me to go watch a WWE event, and all of a sudden they whack on me and they don't let me know.
But that's different.
Well, why is it different?
Because were you invited as part of the audience to sit down in the chair and watch the show, or were you invited?
I don't think he was invited to be part of the show. You know, maybe I'm wrong on that, but
I don't know.
I don't think he was. Because I just think they just invited him, and I think this guy thought he was part of it, so he hit him. Or maybe he invited him, and the show was to the wrestler when he came on scene. It was on then. Maybe he didn't know that now we're on. We don't not waiting to go in. You know what I mean? It's like when you go in the ring, that's when it starts.
Yeah.
Like you said, it starts before. Maybe it started before and he didn't know. Raja didn't know. There were some issues going on for sure, because when you listen to him speak after, I didn't listen to the whole thing, but he's ranting and raving. He was really, really, really upset.
Who?
Raja.
What did he say?
It was done. He was walking out. The other guys were instigating. There were some wrestlers instigating. I saw like 16 minutes of this thing.
Okay.
I only watched like 3 or 4 minutes, and I saw all I needed to see.
Okay.
It wasn't all just him. It was not all just him. They wanted the publicity too, so they kind of egged it on themselves. I'm telling you, if you watch the part I seen, you're going to see a lot more than just him being what they perceive as a dumbass, because he, I think, was just innocent, but what he did do was excessive. That's what my opinion is from what I saw. And being that, Rampage went out and made his comments. I mean, shoot, can you imagine being in his shoes? I mean, you saw your son do something you shouldn't have done. So he has to feel for everybody. And at the end of the day, if his son goes to prison because of this, that's bad. And he realizes it could happen because of the way it went down. It could happen, And,
it could happen. But him defending his son is normal. I'm sure.
But he didn't defend his actions. He just explained his actions. He explained them very proper. He didn't say, oh, that guy, he didn't say anything about that guy instigated. No, he just said the conditions my son was in, he had no business being in there. And he's correct. He is correct.
Yeah, that he was concussed.
He was concussed and he shouldn't have been there. And the organization should not have put him in a situation where he's not trained to be involved in. So they're partly to blame too. You can't just put it all on him.
Okay.
If you're the organization. Okay, you're throwing an event. You're perceived as the professionals. He's not a wrestler. He's not trained as a wrestler. So you put an MMA fighter in a wrestling situation, don't even give him a script, don't even show him how to do these things properly. He probably has never even practiced this. So for him, go off on the guy. Well, what is his mentality? Go off. The guy hit him with the can, okay. How does he know the can was meant to be a crushed can, et cetera, et cetera? And all of a sudden he goes, okay, I'm going to go off on him. It's a good possibility that that's what he was thinking too. There's a big debate here on this.
I'm sorry. I'm going to have to push back. And I'll tell you how. Whatever you said sounds great if you're a lawyer. I mean, all of these points you mentioned are great points once somebody's defending him. But in reality, it's not. How many professional fighters do we know that get concussed a week or two before the fight? They still show up in the fight. They don't announce it officially that they were concussed, but we know that they were concussed. We hear things in the gym that they were concussed. They still show up to the fight. They fight normally. They don't do any of these psycho things.
But we're not talking about the anger issue that happened. There was an altercation that happened when it angered him. Something that happened to him that he did not know was going to happen. As far as he knew, this guy was picking on him. He was.
I'm gonna. Okay. He picked up on him. He smacked him on the head with a prop, with a fake beer. All of that was wrong. Let's say Raja didn't know any of this and he was a victim and nobody knew anything and he just showed up there and somebody smacked him in the head. He has the right to defend himself. Everybody has the right to defend themselves, but we go back to point number one when you mentioned, if you knock out your opponent or you're self-defending yourself and you knock out the person, you're not allowed to keep punching them.
No.
So this is where he's wrong.
No, 100%.
And yeah, he should not been there and nobody should have smacked him on the head. All of this, fine, I agree with. But also what he's done is wrong.
No. I can't condone that. And I'm just saying what led to that. What the actual event and the act, no, it was wrong. It was wrong. But just because the event was wrong doesn't mean that he's completely wrong. Where was his state of mind when this happened? Is all I'm saying. There's a lot of times people do things out of rage, out of fear, out of just so many things that go on in your head when you do things like what happened. So it wasn't just like intent. I don't know if his intention was to hurt this guy, because maybe when he got hit in the head, if his intent was to hurt the guy, he would have fought him right then and there. Maybe it was just brewing. I don't know. I have no idea because I don't know what was going on in his head. I do know he's troubled.
Are you close to Rampage Jackson?
Not at all. I don't even.
Okay.
I don't even know him.
All right.
I met him one time, pretty much.
I
don't know him.
Yeah.
Nice guy. Appears to be funny, but
I don't know. Like from the things I've seen online of how he talks to his son, like maybe it's all jokes on the camera, but I mean, maybe it's part of the reason that he drove him mad. Like he always kind of downplay his son, or I don't know. Like, I don't know if you've seen these clips.
I've seen these clips, but they may all just be
jokes.
Be jokes. He may just be doing this as a joke. I don't know. I don't know the man. I've been around him, but I don't know personally him. So I can't say that's he's not joking or he's really serious. He could be joking. All these things he does because he does it for the camera. You know why? Why is it you catch him all the time doing this? I mean, is that really him? Only the people that know him
of course
tell you that. I can't.
Of course.
You know, to me, it's like he's playing an act.
But do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, do you get what I'm trying to go with this?
Yeah.
Like, maybe his father is the reason that maybe he's angry.
I don't know. I know Rampage's actions were very well put out. I mean, his response was well said, and I have no fault on him for anything he said. He said everything proper, in my opinion.
Yeah. What his statement?
Proper.
It clearly like a professionally written.
Yeah. Whether he did it or somebody else did it.
Who cares? Somebody did it. It's a professional statement.
He did it. He put it out there, so he meant it.
Okay. Doesn't take back what happened.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
And you know, it's a big hot debate. And let's see what happens. I mean, I'm not the system. The system fails a lot of the times in good old US of A. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. The only thing that in my mind is just hopefully the wrestler's okay. He's
exactly
recovers. That's the number one thing. And Raja, if he actually needs help, then hopefully he gets the help he needs too.
Right.
That's the number one objective, I think.
Moving on. Umar is fighting in Abu Dhabi. Islam is fighting in New York. Big announcements last night.
Yeah.
How do you feel about them?
Well, I've known about it for over a month, so obviously I can never say nothing about it until the UFC announces it. Then I can't say nothing. But with Bautista, I'm happy about that. Bautista is an 8-fight win streak. He hasn't lost in 8 fights, and he's on a tear. He's beat Patsy Mix when he came out from Bellator champ. He more or less handled him, which surprised me because I thought Patsy was going to take care of him because Patsy's really, really, really good. And
he knows how to win.
Yeah, Patsy's a great fighter, man. He's not a good fighter. He's a great fighter, and Mario beat him. Convincingly he beat him. So, and then Jose Aldo. I mean, come on, it's like I don't care what Jose you've gotten in the octagon since he's been fighting. You got a great challenge in front of you, and he beat Aldo also.
Yeah.
So this guy is not to be underestimated whatsoever. I know. For me, I was thinking we're gonna need someone, and we have to make a point if we're to be in title contention again. And this was one of the guys that I think fits. The other one that would fit would be Peter Yan, but Peter Yan wouldn't be available for this time. So we got Mario. Let's see what happens with this one, and let's see what happens with Marab and Sanhagen, right? Let's see the winner of that. See what happens there. And at the end of the day, it's gonna be based on performance and the algorithm and who the UFC wants to see next, who they see they can make the most money from. And there's a lot of unanswered questions right now.
Yeah. Do you think it's an easy fight for Umar?
No, nobody. If that was an easy fight, then all the fights should be easy then.
Yeah.
No, that's not an easy fight. If you told Jose Aldo, was that going to be an easy fight for you? Or Patsy Mix, hey, you got an easy fight? Well, if we think like Patsy, what thing's going to happen to us? We're going to get smashed too. So you think Umar, Habib, or myself, or the other coaches that they train him are going to allow him to think it's an easy fight? It's pretty stupid of us to think that when you have a guy that's on an 8-fight win streak and beating top-level people. No, not an easy fight whatsoever. Just because we go in there and sometimes we make someone look easy doesn't mean they are easy. They're not.
I mean, I don't think it's going to be an easy fight for the number one obvious reason that he had his first loss and he had a clean record. And this would just play on your mind a little bit going into the fight. So I'm saying maybe mentally it's going to be tough on him.
it will be tough on him because of the last performance. So he's putting a lot of pressure on himself, like any fighter would, because, especially carrying the name,
Yeah.
He is
If he loses another time, it's going to be so
you got-
devastating.
Yeah. So he doesn't, I called him Young Eagle for a reason, because I thought he was going to be there, and I still do. But that's the way I nicknamed him Young Eagle, because he was next. Everything Habib was doing, he was doing, and this unfortunate thing happened, and I still 1,000,000% believe in him. But, we can't underestimate Mario. No way.
Yeah.
It'd be a foolish mistake. A guy is from a great team, and he's beat some great fighters, and you underestimate him, it can cost you. So I seriously doubt Umar is going to underestimate him, or Habib, or any of the other team coaches are going to allow him to underestimate this guy. We have to make a point. If we want to be potentially in the running for the UFC, goes, okay, because you and Marab's fight was so close that you guys can have another chance. We need to make sure that this fight becomes crystal clear, exclamation point. Boom, there you go. There's nobody left with me. But you got to remember, Peter Yan's fight was super impressive.
Yeah.
Super impressive. So we have to be something super impressive also in order for the UFC to look at us and go, okay, between you two guys, who gave Marab the best fight? Well, it's going to be us,
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to argue with that. I mean, I'm going to have to sound biased here because maybe people think I'm sitting with you, but I would think that if Omar won his fight, he deserves it over Peter Yan, because Peter Yan the guy who fought was number 12, 13. I mean, he didn't knock him out in the first or second round. It wasn't like a clear finish. So it's hard to say that he deserves it over Omar, who's fighting Bautista, which has been a problem for many people. People don't like his style or this and that, but the guy knows how to win. So until somebody wins him, it's not an easy thing.
No, not an easy thing. So,
like if Peter Yan fought Bautista and won him, I'd be like, yeah, of course he deserves a title fight.
Yeah.
But he didn't.
But you and I are talking. The UFC is talking different. So,
I think everybody, it's obvious. It's very obvious.
Sometimes what's obvious doesn't happen other times too. You know that. Yeah, sometimes, it's obvious. What? This because we don't know what goes on behind the scenes. We don't know. Sometimes fighters' dates are a problem. Sometimes, injuries happen that they don't tell you about. So there's a lot of things that behind the closed doors happen.
I'll tell you something. The UFC will give the title fight to Peter Yan only in one case. If Sandhagen wins Mirab, they're gonna give the title shot to Peter Yan because it's the second fight. It's the second time fighting. It was interesting the first time they fought here in Abu Dhabi. It was a great fight. It was great, like matchup, perfect, and that would be an interesting title fight. To give it to Omar fighting Sandhagen, we all know that Omar can win this fight easily.
I'm gonna agree with you on that. But
Yeah.
If
it's Mirab, they're gonna give it to Omar again.
That's the mistake we're making too. We're just assuming Mirab is going to win. That's disrespecting Sandhagen, which is actually horrible.
No, we're not saying. Yeah,
I am.
Who are you saying is gonna win?
I am. So I'm disrespecting Sandhagen.
Do you think Mirab is gonna win?
I think he's gonna win, but that's stupid for me to really think that because I don't know. I think Sandhagen has a good chance. Not
of course
a great
he
chance,
does.
but he has a good chance.
He does, man. The guy's great.
Yeah, I think he is. I don't favor him obviously by what I'm saying, but I'm not going to be shocked. I'm not going to go, oh wow, because on the stand-up, I know Sandhagen can outstrike him.
He can outstrike him. It's gonna be a knee to the head, and he's gonna knock him out. That's how it's gonna happen.
He can outstrike him. I think so. And then on the ground, he ain't gonna stop the takedown. The Corey's not gonna be able to stop the takedown. No way. He's taking him down. But that's an interesting fight.
It's really interesting fight. And yes, if Mirab wins, it's gonna be Mirab Omar 2. If Sandhagen wins, it's gonna be Peter Yan Sandhagen 2. I think that's where the UFC is going.
Based on the way it's all based on who's going to make the most money for the organization and which is what the fans want to see, I'm going to agree with you.
Yeah. Because honestly, if Peter Yan fought Omar, everybody's favoring Omar. Everybody's going to favor Omar. Peter Yan's wrestling is not going to be as good as Mirab or as I think Sandhagen's had way better grappling than Peter Yan.
I don't know about way better. I mean, it's better, yeah, but I wouldn't know about way better. Peter Yan is just an incredible fighter. He's an incredible fighter. I really enjoyed his last fight myself personally. He was doing some beautiful transitions, and you know how he goes on the inside and how he switches up and very effective with.
Yeah.
You know, I really loved what he was doing. I'm a big fan of his. So for me, let's see what happens. But we need to get by Mario Bautista, and it's going to be a hard fight. It's going to be a hard fight. We may make it look easy, but that's because Umar worked hard. He worked hard for that.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not saying we will. I'm just saying we may. You know, so the hope is that we get the win above anything, because that's the most important thing.
Islam Makhachev and Jack Della Madalena. New York, Madison Square Garden.
Madison Square Garden.
It's his first time, right?
And Madison Square Garden?
Islam?
I believe so. Yeah. Last time we fought New Jersey, it was not in Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
This one will be, and we'll be training at the same gym we were last time. So
where's that?
I don't know. I can't tell you.
But you're not gonna be in the AKA
No.
in San Diego? I mean,
Where's my gym at?
in California.
Where?
In somewhere new, like in California. Like
Well, California. San Diego's California.
when you go to the south,
With South? We're in the South?
southeast.
Southeast? You really know your stuff, huh?
Southeast north.
Nor-
Near the
We're in Northern California.
sorry. I was looking the map.
My
the other
gym
way.
was in San Jose.
San Jose.
Northern.
San Jose, San Diego. I don't know. I'm an Arab. I don't know much.
We're just completely like about 8-hour drive away from each other by car.
So when you say San something, that's your mind. San Diego, San Jose, same thing.
So San Francisco, San Diego.
You can't blame me.
Jose, same thing.
When you're an American, you're saying something like an Arab name or something. You get mixed
But
up.
if I said Los Angeles, would you say Los Angeles is further than San Diego? Because
I have no idea. I've never been to America.
That's what you're saying.
I've never been to America.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, I believe you in that, because that would be confusing for me too.
Yeah.
I give you that.
Yeah. Like, for example, if I tell you Ras Khema and Kuwain, it's like, do you know?
Yeah, no,
There you go.
yeah, I got lost there for the longest time. I finally now just got it 6 years after.
Yeah. Like, where is Ajman? Where is this?
Yeah,
Like,
well,
okay,
Ajman.
there's someone near.
I don't know. I didn't know. For the longest time, I didn't know Wasahema. I didn't know Pujara. I didn't know, Ajman. I didn't know any of Ain.
And you live here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Majority of the time.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I kind of live here mostly all the time now.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it took me a while. There's only 8 Emirates.
Yeah, 7. The 8th one is not considered an emirate because it's
Really?
part of Abu Dhabi.
Al
Al Ain is part of Abu Dhabi.
7? Okay. All
So there's 7.
I'll say Al Ain is part of Abu Dhabi.
Al Ain is part of Abu
Okay,
Dhabi.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
And so it's Fujairah, Ras Khema, Kuwain, Ajman,
See?
Sharjah, Dubai,
So
Abu Dhabi.
I still get educated, and there's only 7.
Yeah.
There you go, and rightfully so, I get it.
But everybody thinks it's 8 makes sense because Al Ain is a big city, but it's
It's
actually part of.
It's part of Abu Dhabi.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that makes sense.
Yes.
Because that's where UAE Warriors'
Yes.
next event on September 10th is happening in Al Ain.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those are people that want to watch great fights, best show in the Middle East. Go to UAE Warriors and Al Ain.
Yeah. When is it?
September 10th.
September 10th. Yeah.
They usually have 2 fights. Yeah, they're usually international and Middle Eastern, league. The Arab League and the international league. Usually, the international league is the top cream of the top athletes, and the other one is the cream of the crop of the local, from Africa and all these areas. But we're still a little bit behind international, but they're catching up real quick.
So when is the international?
I'm not sure on this one if it's just 1 show or 2 shows. Usually they do 2 shows, but as of late, they may just be putting them all together. No, I'm not sure. I don't know.
They usually put an event when the UFC comes. So like in October when UFC comes to Abu Dhabi, I think there's an event the day
They
before.
usually do that. Yeah. Usually that's a good time to do it. Because they get a lot of the celebrity UFC fighters come and watch.
And even the fans, like they're there for that weekend for the UFC fight.
Yeah,
and they just stop
like
the night before.
It's a good way to to catch him. But it's also a good way for fans to catch what UAE Warriors is all about, and it's a top grade promotion. It really is top grade.
It is. It is.
They do an unbelievable job.
Your friend Fuad is doing a great job.
Is an unbelievable promoter, and I'm just waiting for them to decide when they want to go global. It's up to them, but they have all the capabilities. They have everything in place. It's just a matter of, do they want to?
Mhm.
That's it. So do they want to? When they want to, they'll do it.
Yeah. No, it's a great organization.
Yeah.
Professionally
For
run.
sure. Professionally run. Yes. Yeah. Matchmaker's unbelievable. And Fad Darwish is part of the matchmaking also, so he's an incredible matchmaker. They do really well. They do really well.
Yeah, well, no, we're gonna have him on the show soon, hopefully in
Soon?
person. Yeah.
He'll be on. He's supposed to be on this time, but
Yeah.
technical difficulties.
Technical difficult as usual.
Yeah, as usual. Oh, well. But with Islam and
So Islam and Jack, Madison Square Garden, Islam must be pumped, right?
yeah, but this is what he wanted. That's why no decision was made until Bilal Muhammad's fight happened. And when
No, I'm saying pumped for Madison Square Garden headlining.
That's what I'm saying. This was what he was waiting for. When that fight happened, he wanted, and then he wanted it to be in Madison Square Garden, which we knew. We knew where the fight was going to be, but we didn't know we were going to be in it.
Right.
We just knew where. We knew tentatively the dates, but we wanted to be in that event. He wanted to be in that event. Ali wanted it to be in Madison Square Garden. There's no other better place for Islam than to,
Do you think if they offered him Australia, would have taken it?
he would have taken whatever they wanted him to take.
I'm just surprised they didn't do Australia since the champ, like they only have 2.
But you got to remember, it's like just because the champ wins doesn't mean they can do it in their home. They have the schedule. They have to follow the schedule. They have a schedule where the fights have to go. Do they want to wait or they want to put it on now? And let's face it, Islam and Jack is one of the fight of the year type of super fights.
Yeah.
This is basically a super fight. How many super fights that we had this year? How many?
This year?
Yeah. You're thinking very hard about it, see? Yeah.
Is there anything you remember?
Yeah. So this is a super fight. When was the last super fight?
Couple of years ago, but now everybody has to vacate.
What were the biggest super fights this year? What the biggest fights this year?
I don't remember any. There's nothing.
What about when Islam defended his title?
No, wait. The super fight technically means the champ still holds that division, not vacating it. That's why
maybe I'm saying it wrong. Super fight meaning like an main event type, like a traction fight.
Okay, last one was Ilia Topuria. He vacated the featherweight and he went to lightweight.
That was one.
That's not a super fight anymore.
No, but it was considered super fight for people because it was mainstream eyes were on that one. Like
you have to have the title.
Hamzat's fight, I think, was probably mainstream eyes on that one on DDP. I think so because it created a lot of buzz.
Yeah.
So
yes.
But outside of Hamzat. Outside Ili and Islam, so there's been 3, right? Because when Umar fought and Islam fought, that was big. That was a super card. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Super card.
I'm sorry. Yeah, super fight means when a champion of a division fights another champion of that division.
I meant super card.
Yeah.
This the 4th super card this year, I think, right?
Yeah.
So there's not that many.
No.
So that's what I meant. I'm sorry, you guys. I meant super card.
Yeah. Have you heard what Ali Abdelaziz said a couple of days ago on an interview that it makes sense that the UFC has changed its business model away from pay-per-views to... Do you know anything about this Paramount deal?
No, I just know Paramount is paying $7.7 billion for 7 years, so they're paying $1.1 billion a year, which means the valuation of the UFC is skyrocketed, probably 20-something billion worth now.
Crazy,
So they're tremendously increased their value. The pay-per-view model, I'm glad it's gone.
Yeah,
glad it's gone. Yeah, because it's hard to watch.
Why?
You got I don't have pay-per-view here. I couldn't get it. I couldn't get it here at all. So, and it was too early in the morning. So now that it's on Paramount, I think it's going to be much easier access. On top of that, look at all the people that are pirating it.
Yeah.
So many people pirating pay-per-view. So I think in the long run, the UFC was losing a lot of money to the pirating.
Yeah.
So I think that's the reason why they took the pay-per-view model away, because a lot of people were pirating their stuff.
Yeah.
They were probably losing millions and millions of dollars.
Of course.
And now it's not gonna happen.
One thing that puzzled me, maybe you can help me figure it out, is how do you motivate fighters to get out of their way? Meaning, if I'm a fighter right now, I don't have to do anything crazy. I don't have to build my personality. I'm just gonna go and fight. You get it?
Yeah.
Like the show business aspect is gonna be done, because you don't have to have a great press conference anymore to sell the fight. You don't have to say something funny or do something entertaining. How we know, like, it's all entertainment at the end of the day. I think that aspect will go away, because you're like, if I sell or I don't sell, it doesn't matter. It's streaming anyway. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
I know what you're trying to say, but I always find fans always get attracted to somebody that's unique, that's different, that's a different champ. So
they do, but for example, you would not try to like have an impressive press conference anymore, because they're like, man, what? I don't need to say anything. They're gonna pay me the same. I'm not gonna get any points. I'm not gonna win any more pay-per-view points.
Right, but more attention is gonna come to that person that stands out. So for me,
But not more money. Like I'm saying, I'm not gonna earn anything out of it. I don't have to get out of my way, because I'm not gonna make money. I'm gonna maybe make double my, like, for example, I think I'm not sure, but this is just speculation. I know that allegedly UFC champions, the minimum they make is $600,000. Okay, am I off or right? Tell me.
$600,000. You think that? I don't know what the hell they're making, but they ain't none of those guys making $600,000.
No way.
No way.
Really?
Way above that.
No, like the minimum. The minimum.
Minimum. It's when you're talking pay-per-view, probably.
No. Forget pay-per-view. Like, let's say I'm just a champion who's not well known. I'm not gonna mention names, and you're gonna make 600,000 a fight.
I could tell you from all my guys that were champions.
Forget about you guys.
Well, they're champions.
But the guys they get paid because they have the name.
I don't know what the other guys are making. The other champions, but I know to say 600. Like, are you crazy? I'm thinking, I don't know the numbers. I just
don't tell me you guys' numbers.
I cannot.
Of course,
I don't know the numbers, but I know they're way above that.
So starts from $1 million.
I would say minimum
million, right?
Yeah, the champ. I would say minimum.
So for a not well-known champ, without naming names.
But
how much do you think they make?
Well, I don't know now, because now we're not talking pay-per-view numbers anymore.
No, let's say it now.
Before, okay.
Now. Forget about Paramount deal.
If depends what kind of contract you have. Some UFC champions, their show up might be 500, and then 500 to win.
Yeah,
and then
makes
plus
sense.
pay-per-view.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So I know for a fact, like Cain Velasquez, when he had his contract, when he was a champion, it was $1 million to win.
Million show
to show, and then plus pay-per-view. If he lost, then he dropped all the way to 300.
Oh,
yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, so you don't want to lose, so you want to stay up there, So the big numbers come from pay-per-view, but now that's gone. So who knows what they're going to pay? So the bargaining now comes from what you said you shouldn't do. Now you should do, because now Tell me. Sell yourself, and they say, well, shit, we need to pay this guy more because he's out there promoting himself. He's creating a bigger buzz.
But why would he promote himself anymore?
Because of that reason, because you can bargain more for your title fights.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's going to be hard to judge the metrics, because before the metrics were easy. How many people were paying for the pay-per-view? How many people were paying $70? It's easy. You can calculate that. But now it's like, what am I paying for?
So if you do nothing, just blah, 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 they're going to give you blah, blah, blah. They're going to give you standard pay, whatever that is, But if you go out there and go above, like someone like a Sean O'Malley does, or even Tapura, he does that too. He goes out and creates a buzz.
Yes.
They're going to make more because they create more eyeballs. More people going to watch.
Yeah. you're gonna get more viewership. You can count the viewership, for
So
example.
that's how you gauge it. So these guys should become more of a showman because now they're gonna have more eyeballs. Because before pay-per-view is pay-per-view, right? And you only have so many.
You're American. Is Paramount for free to watch in America, or how's it like?
I think there's a.
Is it like cable
There's a
TV?
charge. I think there's a charge. Yeah, I think.
Is it like cheap, like
very cheap?
$20 a month or
Something
something?
like that. Yeah, I don't think it's that expensive. So I don't think
How much do people pay for like ESPN and stuff like to watch football or basketball?
Same. It's not that expensive.
Like a little amount monthly.
Yeah. You pay a monthly fee like Netflix. You know, I have Netflix, and for me and my family, I paid like $24 a month. You know, for Netflix, for all of us. And that's a ton of movies.
Is Paramount a sports channel or not?
I think so. I think this got sports.
Like, do they have? Do they cover other sports?
I think so. I don't really have Paramount, but I think it does.
Like, where do Americans watch football? Like American football. Where do you guys
Well,
watch
it used
it?
to be, because I used to watch it a lot. It used to be on regular ABC Sports, you know, NBC, ABC.
How much do you pay for that?
It was free.
Right.
And I think it's still free. I'm pretty sure it is.
And they're highly paid individuals.
Yeah, I think it was like, what's a channel? Back
Fox
then,
News?
US,
No,
Fox.
Fox.
I think Fox. Yeah, I think Fox was showing the football, and they had the NFL contract. I believe so. You're asking me hard questions that should be easy, and then I'm like, wow. Yeah, I don't
Like the NBA, what is it?
like what the hell? It's like it should be free. There's no pay-per-view for all these things.
No, there's no pay-per-view for sure, but
Yeah.
I want to know if there's
For
subscription.
sports, I don't think there is. I don't recall there had. I think they do have some kind of format where if you pay, you get to watch like a bunch of college games,
Right.
you know, et cetera. But I think the big ones like the Michael Jordan of events,
Yeah.
or the regular, LeBron James,
Yes,
I think
yes.
it's free. If I'm not mistaken, those are all free. You know, that's where the advertisers come in. They advertise like crazy. You know,
Yes.
And the NFL. I don't remember the championship and the
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl. I don't remember that ever being a cost. It's been free. So I'm imagining this.
Or maybe so minimal you don't remember it.
No, it was always free. Super Bowl was always free.
Wow.
Always.
So they make the money from the advertisement.
Yeah. The advertisers. Yeah, it's always free. I don't remember Super Bowl ever being charged.
So to conclude, the UFC is turning that way, like the NFL or the
They're
NBA.
smart. They're doing this smart way. They're making more money now, and they're making the bigger sport. It's going to be a bigger sport. You got to understand, more eyeballs, bigger sport. You know, like NFL is huge business in the U.S. Now the UFC is huge business. They put themselves in that spotlight. Now think about, if I remember correctly, somebody else was making some kind of deal. No one made that kind of deal. Just getting that kind of money from Paramount like UFC is. Nobody is.
Who?
So I forgot who else was in there, but there were some other big major players, and they were making a lot less than the UFC as a team, like the organization. You know, they showing
Hockey or something? I don't know.
I don't remember, but it's on there when they showed the UFC making 7.7, and compared to the other ones, they were getting billions too, but not like the UFC. UFC blew everybody out of the water.
Yeah, because it's the first time a martial art organization enters the big league like NFL or
Yeah.
NBA or something crazy like that.
It's actually bigger than we realize it. You know, it's going to open up so many doors and so many arenas, and more local advertisers are going to want to be involved with it because
Yeah.
you know now they get to be seen and on a
But again, goes back to my question. I feel like we're gonna see a drop in entertainment. We're gonna get good quality matchups, and we're gonna get good fight. We're gonna get good sports entertainment.
I think if anything, it's going to go higher because you're going to get more eyeballs, more people are going to pay attention, and people that do what they do it because that's their personality. That Islam is Islam. Islam isn't trying to be something he's not. So he's not out trying to be funny. He's just who he is.
Not funny, but
know?
trying to get certain matchups to not Islam, but any fighter trying to get certain matchups to generate more money, to generate more pay-per-view.
I think they're gonna make more money by doing this way. They're guaranteed more money. The pay-per-view route is flip of the coin. Lands good, doesn't, you don't do well. But this model, you're gonna make some bank. So because you gotta understand, managers are gonna go, wait a minute, let's do the numbers here. 1.1 billion a year plus this, and you're going to give us what? There's going to be some talk going on, and I'm telling you, some of these high-end guys that are contracts are up, they're going to get some lofty paychecks.
Right.
I see this happening. So, and I think the UFC is going to say, well, you're not out promoting yourself, you're not out doing this. They're going to want people to promote themselves.
That's the part I'm talking to you about. Yes, the fighters might make more money, but how you're going to push them or motivate them to work? Now they're working organically because they understand that they have to do it for themselves. But once I earn my salary, I'm not gonna go up. You know, you work from 9 to 6. You don't want to stay till 7.
Well,
because you paid from 9 to 6.
UFC is going to want you to go out and advertise yourself and make yourself a bigger play if you want more money. If you're not, then they're going to pay you what you're worth. You're going to get paid what you're worth.
Yeah.
So basically, it would be up to you to go out and make something. I think so. That's what I would do. If the UFC is such a smart organization, they're not going to just give away money. No way. But this model is going to make more money for the fighters, I believe.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, you're going to Thailand.
I'm going to Thailand, do a little bit of business, and visit Mike Swick. About I'm leaving tomorrow. I'll be there till September 13th, and I'm back here September 13th. Camp starts here September 15th at NOS, at the Princess facility where we always train for Usman. Islam will be with us. Umar will be with us. So Usman's fight's October 3rd against Paul Hughes, which is a very interesting fight. Then Umar's fight's October 25th, against Mario Bautista. That's going to be an interesting fight too. And then the big one, the Jack, that's a tough fight.
Yes,
that's a tough fight. We have our job cut out for us on that one. That's not going to be one of those cakewalk type fights because number one, Islam's moving up in weight, and I read something because I haven't spoke to him, but I read that he's like 190 right now.
Yes,
which is pretty good, So Jack's probably close to 200, probably, So that's still 190 ain't bad.
Yeah,
it ain't bad. So him being 190, that's the heaviest I've ever seen him. So and he's training hard. He really wants this title in this division to be a 2-time champion, which will put him up as one of the greats.
Yes,
and so it's a legacy fight. So the money's gonna probably be good, but the legacy fight is what he's all about. It's always been about that.
Yeah, it's great, and you're gonna be busy for the next few months.
Yeah, next few months we should be busy, and then we'll see what happens from there.
Great. Thank you. Thank you to everyone watching. Please subscribe and see you next time.
Next time.